and welcome back to the Late Night GAG. Well, we're back once again with the Late Night GAG, and we're going to start our topic discussions tonight, and we're going to start off first with our beautiful Sapphire Alexander.
My name is Diesel. But moving right along, the topic that I want to talk about, the topic I want to talk about tonight is actually one that some of us may not relate to, but a lot of us in so many ways will relate to. And I want to address the young gay community because I feel like it's primarily with them. Why is it that when you discover yourself and you discover your sexuality and you come out, you feel like you have to run away from your responsibility? So many of us choose not to further our education and further our career choices. We would just rather, work little jobs here and there and shack up in like, 1 or 2 bedroom apartment, about 12 of us living in there. And we think that that's cute and we think that that's sufficient. And being that we are sitting here with some qualified business people, I just really feel like this is a topic that needs to be discussed. So what is going on in our community? Why do young people feel like it's okay to shack up in these 1 and 2 bedroom apartments?
Well, why you actually just explain it because they're young. They're not having the right people telling them what's right, what's wrong. They're not having parents that are on their ass. They're not having people that are being in their ear saying, if you want to be successful in life, you need to follow certain guidelines. I know it's mighty hard in this gay lifestyle when you are young because it's peer pressure. You always want to do what your friends are doing. You don't necessarily want to do for yourself. You're always dependent on your friends for, that laughter. That's who you feel more comfortable with. It's your friends. So, being said, if more parents would actually talk to their kids, then their kids might steer down the right road instead of the wrong road.
So you think that that really falls back on the parents instead of on the children?
Yes.
And I don't think that it just has something to do about them being young. Because there's a lot of older people in the gay lifestyle that are doing the same thing.
Speak on it.
They're 19, 18, and so forth and so on. I think it just has to do with people just being misguided, like you say, for one, and also just following the majority and thinking that it's not going anywhere. That this is what I need to do now just to get by, and this is what that high that they get just from going from this place to that place, or vice versa. People just really think that it's all about the fun, the games, the party, and the bullshit, to get it high, all that clubbing and all that. In all actuality, you have nothing to show for it.
Right.
You have not gained anything to yourself besides that name already. She out. Call her, she know what's going on. Call her, she know this and this, she know that. And that's not always a good outlook. In the club world, it does, but in actual reality, it's bullshit and foolishness.
Foolishness. Right.
Well, I can only speak on myself. I know that I have been strayed down the wrong road. I've took a few paths that I should have taken growing up. Saying that with Titan being my best friend, he knows. With the Clay with my mother, she knows that I've made choices that, like, for instance, I haven't graduated from high school. I don't have a GED. I don't have a high school diploma. I am so talented. I could be doing so many things with my life, but I've chosen to, like they say, follow the majority and just be, oh, I want to go out. Oh, I want to do this. Oh, they do it. Let me do that. But it comes to a time when you have to realize, okay, you're getting older. I'm 22 years old. I still don't have a GED. But I'm not stupid at all. I'm very smart. So you can't always blame no one else but yourself. Because it takes a time when you're going to realize, okay, you're this person now. You have to make this choice, that choice. You're going to do this, or you're going to end up here. I'm supposed to be dead right now. I could be in jail right now. Because of things that I've chose to do. I wrote a hot check. I've stole from friends, family members. I've stole out of stores. Ain't gonna lie, I still do it today. I don't write no check.
On camera, girl. You don't be wanting to
But
admit
you have to let them know. You have to be real with people like that because they won't look at you
I
the
want
same.
the police or nothing to be watching this girl.
Well, I ain't got no warrant. I ain't got no warrant for the girl. That's their business. But I was just saying, I'm being real because you have to be honest with people, especially in the gay community, because they feel like I don't have anybody who's out there like me. No, you have a lot of us who are out there like you. You have punks who write checks every day, paying bills. It's just
Is that where it's survival?
That's the way it's survival.
So what do you say? Because you are someone who's been in that predicament. And so have I, but just in a different way. But what do you say to that 18-year-old girl, to that college student that's thinking, okay, maybe I should not focus on school. I should drop out this semester because I want to go out with my friends and I want to experience my sexuality and I want to feel myself. What do you say to them?
It's not all what you think it is. It really isn't. It's not always the fame and the fortune, just having a good damn time. because you can lose yourself. And if you're in school, stay in school. Don't get caught up. Because I wish I could even go to school, even though I can. But I'm sorry. I'm just saying. Even though I could still have that chance, don't wait too late. Because if you wait too late, you miss your season on doing things. It's too late. It's just too late.
And also, your sexuality shouldn't have anything to do with your work habits.
Right.
Like people are straight and they have everyday living jobs. They have a family. They have things that they're doing every day. So it can't be your sexuality that's stopping you from actually progressing with yourself.
Right.
It has to be your mind. Like people are so close minded. Like I say, setting standards, thinking, oh, if I do this, I do this, I do this, and I go this far.
Mm-hmm.
But it is no limits. There are no standards. It's what you make it. You put it into what you get. If you feel like if I do this just to get in, then you're just going to get in.
Right.
You're not going to go nowhere. You're just going to be somewhere, and they people say, "Oh, that she go right there. Look at her." You don't have a name, no establishment, no title behind anything that you're doing. You're just that pawn, just sitting there waiting to be used.
Well, this topic actually does reach home in a sense for me because, like I said, I never was one to be in a house and leech off of someone else. That never was me. However, I was one that let others live with me and leech off of me and another person, or vice versa. And honestly, in all actuality, now that I look back on the situation, because for years, not for years, but for a long time, I got kind of bitter with those people. And I got kind of upset with those people. But honestly, when I looked in the mirror, I had to blame myself for that too, because when you think that you're helping somebody and you're really not helping them, you're enabling them, you're actually hurting them a lot sooner and a lot more than you will probably realize you are. And had I would have cut the leash on some of those people sooner than later, things probably would have turned around for them sooner than later. Instead of some of them, I mean, don't get me wrong, I cut the leash on some of them. Some of them went on to see who else they can leash off of, and some of them actually went home and got themselves together, what have you. But I'm not saying that I was innocent, I was perfect in everything that I did either. But I always was one to work and have my own, and have my own things or whatever. And I just felt like because I have one, maybe I should just make it rain and let's girl fuck that, let's go out, let's do this and let's do that or whatever. But after a while, we are all adults, and you are responsible for feeding yourself 3 times a day. You are responsible for clothing yourself. Now, unless you're in a relationship and you have that understanding or whatever. But other than that, your friends or your gay parents, even, because we do that to our gay parents a lot. We think that they have to take care of us. And I don't think that that's necessarily true. You're after you're 18, you're responsible for feeding yourself. You're responsible for clothing yourself. You're responsible for your education. You are responsible for your career. No one else is responsible for that but you. And this gay life don't pay that great to be risking it for.
It's actually more expensive to be gay than it is to be straight.
It is.
It is.
It is.
It is because it's like you just can't go with the. Like I said, you just can't go out and say, okay, this is me, because people will judge you regardless of the way you walk, the way you talk, the way you dress. So it's like you have to stand out even more or do a little bit more extra just to actually tone it down.
And with that, I think that that's often why some people decide to step out of what the public is, because they're not comfortable enough with themselves. You know what I'm saying? Like, for example, I remember you were telling me a story, and you walked around Walmart, and you said that you had a bag, and somebody said something to you, and you had the will and the power to say, and. However, somebody else who's not secure enough in themselves might have got something said to them and then broke down or cried or whatever and decided they wanted to ostracize themselves, from the world. And you cannot do that. As a homosexual, you have to stand strong. I mean, even if you feel
carry
like...
my bags. I carry my bags, baby. Yeah, man, I have my little coach or something in my hand.
Talk to me about that strength scenario, because you have to. It's deeper than just you carrying your bag.
It really is. It should have to be comfortable with yourself. You don't have to care what nobody, because at the end of the night, wherever you are, staying at home with your friends, whoever, when you go to that place, you still have yourself. When you get up in the morning, it's just you and yourself. What's on your arm is yours.
Right.
What's on my arm don't belong to you and me.
Right.
It's just mine. If I got my purse, my bag, my clutch, whatever I'm carrying, it's mine.
Right.
So why you gotta worry about what I'm doing?
Right.
I'm not paying your bills. I'm not washing your ass. I'm not feeding you. I'm not clothing you. But then again, you have those who are in a relationship. Now, if I'm with my man, and I know my man don't like that, okay, I'm not going to carry my purse. I won't have my purse. I can carry my little messenger bag, but it's still a purse to me. But it's a messenger bag, I'm going to have that respect. You have to tone it down sometimes. Now, I do.
So you feel that in the public's eye, in different places, you need to know what
you're
surroundings.
You need to know your surroundings. I don't mind carrying my purse. Don't get me wrong. But I know I like to carry my bags to church as well. I won't have no big purse at church. because I'm in church, so I know where to take my purse to and where not to go with too. But Walmart, I'm shopping, bitch. I got my little boots on, my little purse.
I
That's
don't
me.
feel like just because you're gay that you have to turn it down because
Right.
that's who you are. Like I wear my hair is blue. You know what I'm saying? I want to be that person where people looking at me like, who is that? Like, you know what I'm saying? Why would you do that? But it actually takes somebody to actually look at them and be like, they're bold. It takes courage to be gay. It takes a lot of strength and endurance to be a gay individual, especially in this day and age because it's rough. The economy is horrible. So it's like they're looking at us like, y'all not going to work because we set certain standards for ourselves, stereotypes and things of that nature. We don't want to work. That's what they saying. You know, all different kind of things that we have already thrown against us. And it's like we adding on, as they say, by just doing out the norm. But people do out the norm all the time. It's just actually, when they grasp it, it's all in due time.
Right. And you know something else? I mean, I think that we need to stop making being gay an action more than who we are as a person, because oftentimes in the world we'll sit there and say, like, for example, your hair is blue, but your hair is not blue because you are gay. Your hair is blue because you wanted it to be blue.
Right.
You could very well be a heterosexual man, decide your hair, to
right.
wear blue hair. Or, even if you if you get outside of America and travel to Europe and all those men in that country actually do carry man bags, and they don't necessarily walk very hard. They have a soft walk. You know what I mean? So you have to. Being gay is not necessarily about actions. It's really just something that you do in your life. It does not necessarily have to be who you are all the time. I just feel like it's something that you do. And it's a sexual preference.
Right.
It does not have to be a way of life. You could very well be a creative stylist and just decide that you want to mix and match your clothes. You don't necessarily have to. That does not make you gay. Just because you like the color purple and you're a guy does not make you gay. You know what I'm saying? Just very well don't make you straight, but it does not make you. It's what I'm really trying to say. Your actions don't make it. It's your preference and what you choose.
Why? Okay. The word "gay" in the dictionary means happy, right? So I just want to know. Do anyone y'all know where the word "gay" came for us as a label? Where did it come from, or how was it?
Because it was.
I don't know.
I think that was because gay and homosexual initially didn't have anything to do with each other. I think that it was because people equivalent gay to being so and girly. Because even now, honestly, I was sitting having a conversation with my cousins, and I said to one of my cousins, I said, "Do me a favor and act gay." And immediately he started to be kind of feminine. But I mean, I got it. But honestly, I thought to myself, why couldn't you just have still been yourself? Because there are gay guys that act like you act. And they act just like you. But that's the stereotype that we have. And as gay people, we've kind of played into that. So we've had something to do with that. Something to do with that as well, because it seems like the more feminine and the more flamboyant ones we stand out more than the other ones do. And I play both sides of that because y'all know me. When I'm around y'all, I'm myself and I'm comfortable. But then when I'm around, I am.
The Big Daddy called that phone, baby, you disappear.
So how do you feel about dating somebody that's on what you call the down low, one of these DL brothers?
Well, he's not on the down low because when I think, but see, let me clarify that. It's the difference between a down low man and a discreet man. A down low man will only want you for sex, but be living a life with a woman and leading her to believe that he's something else, and it's just he only wants you for sex and for his own personal.
So what are you involved with as right now? Is he a down low brother or is he discreet? Speak on
I am involved with a discreet person,
a discreet man,
and he treats me very nice,
like a woman.
How did he treat you in a relationship since he's very discreet?
Well, okay,
is he comfortable
you guys, calm down. Okay. We are here live at the late night gag. We have to wrap this session up. They about to get serious. These two hounds off. They done broke this man crystal glass, and he's ready to hit her. Good, we got glass all on the table. But anyways, we're gonna take a brief intermission, and we'll be right back to the late night gag.